I grew up hunting on Lake Erie when I was about 11, 12 years old with my uncle and my grandfather. You know, a little kid sitting in the boat, you know, just watching. It was something that we did that, you know, I cherish to this day. There's a lot of those spots out there where, you know, you drive past them or you spend some time there and you remember the times you've had in the past. Different weather patterns have moved through, different birds you've shot, different story you've told out there, and different things that have happened that have been really cool, and some of them you can't even explain. I grew up about an hour away, and I remember telling myself when, you know, I was like 15, 16 years old, that one of these days I'm going to move here, and that's exactly what we did. And now I live right on the lake and enjoy getting up every morning and looking out there and seeing what the birds are doing from day to day, seeing what the weather's going to do, and watching them and patterning them to put together some good hunts.
You know, you really got to keep your eyes peeled at all times hunting these divers. You can have them sneak in out of absolutely nowhere, skimming across the water, and you don't see them until they're in the decoys. But if you're lucky and you get to see them out there a couple hundred yards away, that's really cool to see them skimming the surface of the water from that far and to see those legs kick out right as they get over the top of the decoys.
Have a larger spread, larger decoys, make it look as natural as possible. The other thing we like to do is, it's not very uncommon for us to put our very first decoy from our hide about 20 to 30 yards out. And the reason for that being is because if you watch these birds come into these islands, they're going to hit that 20-yard mark, and that's about where they're going to stop. That's where they're going to want to set down. So anything closer to the islands, the rock walls, whatever your cover may be, it looks unnatural to them. The other reason for it is for the hide itself. You really don't want to put those decoys right on top of you like you would in a field situation and hide amongst the decoys. You want to keep their attention on the decoy spread, not as close to you as possible. As far as duck species on the lower river and on Lake Erie, we have Quite a few. Your redheads, your bluebills, your canvasback are going to be your main three, which are the ones we target. You're going to have your bufflehead, your goldeneye. We have a lot of long-tailed ducks that come through at times, and there are times throughout the year where you'll see different species of sea ducks from your white wings and your surf scoters out there as well.
And when you think about diver hunting the Great Lakes, the iconic method of hunting them is a layout boat in a layout spread. There is no cooler experience, in my opinion, in waterfowl hunting than being out there in amongst the decoys, water level, eye level, with these divers coming in. You know, as Ryan has always said in the years I've known him, you are in their world. But it goes back to what Ryan said, you've got to be where the birds want to be. And with the wind direction and the waves and all of those factors that they get put together on trying to come up with a layout hunt, we couldn't get where the birds wanted to be. So we had to go back to the boats, hunting those barriers, hunting those islands so that we could get where these divers wanted to be.
To finally be able to have a good hunt on Lake Erie, we've tried it several times and haven't been successful at it. It's all dependent on the weather and the birds themselves. I mean, everything has to come together for it to work. It's generally something that's going to be, you know, a later season hunt. A lot of times the weather is unforgiving. You know, you can hunt your fields, you can hunt different places around the country in just about any type of weather and just use your wind and other things to your advantage. But on the lake, you're adding the element of water and big water. So everything has to fall into place for it to be a good hunt and a safe hunt as well.